Meow, meow, meow. I'm a little worried today about my internet. I don't know, I think stream might drop a little bit. Come on. Yeah, let me in. Good morning, Oni-chan. Good morning, Fisty. You can leave now. You don't have to be Mooney. Good morning, Exisip. Good morning, K-Card 2. Yeah. Exisip, are you on vacation? Are you on vacation? Good morning, Accent Geek. Thank you for calling me Renly Day Daddy. Good morning, Sheeple. Miss Click. Cute. Good morning, LDTGX. Good morning, Z Graves. Good morning, the consultant for 27. Ha ha ha. Every day, when I start stream and I greet you all, I picture myself as if I'm in a park. You know how like you go to the park and feed the birds, but instead of birds, I'm feeding the kitties, feeding stray cats. And maybe it's not a park. Maybe it's like in an alleyway where there's like a dumpster. Yeah, I'm calling all the kitty cats. It's dinner time. Oh, okay. Well, feel better soon. I hope you recover quickly and swiftly and completely. Trash from the dumpster, just how we like it. Speaking of trash, I am so trash. I'm disgusting. I haven't showered, I haven't bathed in over 72 hours, and I feel itchy and sticky, mostly itchy. I want to wash my hair so bad. Good morning, Kaden. Hi, thank you for loving me. How are you? Kaylin, you love me even if I stink? Love me even if I smell? I was gonna give up the protest and bathe myself with the sink water with like a washcloth, but that's a lot of steps. One man's trash is another's treasure. That's true. That is true. That's true for a cat lady too. Mhm. A lot of people think that my Oshi is trash, but I love her and I miss her. Please, Gunpie, wherever you are, I hope you're happy, sweetie, and I hope you come back. Good morning, Isaias. How are you? How do I say your name? Isaias. Isaias. Yeah. You can just lick yourself clean, no? Lum, lum, lum. I don't think I taste yummy. Actually, wait, let's not go there. I really don't want to go there. Anyway, there's a fine line between a person having an aroma and being pungent. I think I'm over the line, accentique. I can't smell myself because my nose is a little stuffy, but man named Boris 386. We love our stinky Gunner cat regardless. Thank you. It's not stink, it's aura. Actually, you're right. It's like a tank shield. It's like something like a tank shield aura. So it keeps people like a barrier. They keep away from me by a certain number of feet. Some odor is fine. Not I have never heard the term aura farming outside of um very specific contexts. +1 toxic damage. I want it to be plus, like, it should be at least plus 33. 33. An odor is called a musk. Like Elon. That's funny. Anyway, today was a day. It's gone by. I got off to an awkward start today, so I haven't actually done my reading yet because I did the math, and in order to get all the VODs uploaded, to be up to date by the end of the year, I need to upload 3 a day, which means I have to watch at least 3 a day. Yada, 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 yada. Nobody cares, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so my whole day was kind of weird because I'm trying to upload 3 VODs every day. Good morning, Master Protos. Thank you for welcoming me to my stream. You're specking into fire poison? Actually, that's a good idea. Some of the most fun I ever had in that silly game was as an FP mage that was pure poison. Going around that map in Ludibrium, farting up the place. And then going to, what is it, Lifra? And then the map with, what is it, the harpies? And then farting up the place. Yep. Light a match and explode. Good morning, Raccoon Tummy Rubs. How are you? Saw some propaganda about raccoons today on Reddit of all places. I shouldn't be there. I try to get off there. It's really hard. I don't know. I'm so addicted. I need to block. Oh, how do you do it again? How do you block a site by, like, in the terminal? You guys know what I mean? You know what I mean? I need to do that. Keep yourself clean near the parts where dirt can ingress. You might get an infection, which is always annoying. Near the parts where dirt can ingress. What does that mean? Where is that? Describe it. Why would you fart on the drum bunnies? They deserve it. Yes, that. The one about Z Graves. You and I have. Do we have the same algorithm? About the raccoons not being able to be domesticated, and some lady is just being, like, very, like, I don't know, kind of like, I don't know, condescending is the word. I mean, she's probably right. She's probably some scientist, but I didn't like the way she was talking to me. It made me uncomfortable. Demanding bongai. And she's wrong anyway. I've seen Pocahontas. I'm pretty sure raccoons are already domesticated. I think they just don't like. I don't think they like living with us. I'm just saying words now. Setting a redirect to a fake IP. Why would it be fake IP? Or why do a fake IP? Maybe I set a redirect to, like, a better website. So every time I get tempted to go on Reddit, I send myself through the dark web or something. Let us into the palace. I don't have a palace. I live in a dumpster. Speaking of dumpsters, Max Aker is making me eat my words about Alphabet and Google because he keeps making these silly little things with the Gemini, and I'm really a big fan. I'm really a big fan. I don't know the lore behind this one, but most of the ones he's been making are quite lore accurate. And I like them so much. I've been saving them all. I don't know what to do with them. And then I think to myself, man, if I had money, if I made money with this whole streaming thing, I would hire Accentique and I would hire Max Aker for sure. Max Aker could do my social media presence, and then Accentique can do all the things that he does. Also, I guess I would hire Oni-chan too. I would pay them, I mean, instead of utilizing free labor. Because they deserve it. I know 2 raccoon VTubers are pretty domesticated. Nice. Too petable not to be domesticated? I don't know about petable. I am afraid of raccoons. I do think they're very, 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 very cute. They're so cute, but they're a little bit scary. I get paid for the consult. Yep. I had another person. Man, I love it. One of my top favorite types of comments to get on YouTube. When someone new finds my content, they write me a message and they're like, "Hey VTuber, I'm new here. don't know who you are, but I hope you get professional help. They always tell me that I need therapy, as if I don't know. As if, come on, guys. I live with myself. I know I need therapy. I can't afford it. I don't have health insurance. And also, even if I had money, I wouldn't want to pay for health insurance. It's a scam. It's the biggest freaking scam. I'm not saying that the only way to get help is from, utilizing health insurance, but I'm just saying words. I don't have the money either way. But yeah. Meow, 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 meow. And you know what? There's plenty of free therapy online. You could just become a streamer and use your chat as like a counselor's office. Or you can look at cat pictures and they're so cute that it heals the soul. If you had a soul, if souls were real, you could heal them with cat pics. I'm sure. Panic success. Sorry for being late. Notifications over. It's okay. Suck says, I almost found a tomboy for you. I almost found it. But then it turned out it was just a real boy. It wasn't a tomboy. It was a real boy. So I didn't use it because I don't know. I didn't want to make your Pinor confused. Good morning, Tuny B. How are you? Free labor. Yeah. This is what I want to talk about. Therapy is a scam. Just be honest with yourself and talk to maybe one person, ask them for advice from their perspective. Exisip, you're wrong, by the way. I think you're just wrong. I think some therapy is a scam. And I also think that even if you're honest with yourself, if you have a disorder, it's really not as easy as just talk to like one person and then all your problems will be fixed. It's just, that's not real advice. Nobody who actually, if you actually are suffering for something, do not listen to this comment. Now, on the other hand, if you're not like mentally unwell, you're just feeling kind of bad, then maybe you don't need therapy. Maybe you just need a buddy to talk to. Yeah. Right? We're not gonna do the, what is it, mental illness denialism in here. Imagine paying for therapy when Dami Mommy ASMR is right there. That's a choice. Get sick, need surgery, no insurance, go to hospital, forced to help you, get your surgery. Can you pay back this? Nope, not even a bit. Nope, they can't do anything about it. Go on living. Oni-chan, that's not how it worked for me. It worked for me like this. Get sick. Maybe need, not sure if need surgery. In a lot of pain. Need blood work and multiple scans. No insurance. Writhing in pain in the waiting room. And then the pain goes away, so I left, and then I had a bill of like, I don't know, $3,000. Just like that. $3,000. Just like that. I got the hospital bill to negotiate with me, but then there were other bills that came in as well. So the ER physician who saw me at the hospital billed me from his own personal practice kind of thing. And then they didn't really even just bill me. They were like, here's your payment plan. You're going to give us $500 a month now, aren't you? Okay. Sounds good. $500 a month until this is paid down, little missy. So I paid that off over a long period of time. Anyway. Fan art idea, Moon showing weird tomboys to confuse penors. Okay, that's an idea. The risk of talking to the wrong person. Yeah, and they make you worse. The risk of talking to yourself. And you make yourself worse. You gotta surf a bit to find the one you mesh with. I like that, Chuny B. That's a good one. Some people say you should not use AI therapy because it hallucinates and can't be compared to real professionals, but they don't consider financial situation as a factor. Also, good morning, but also Boris. They also don't consider that some counselors and therapists are probably worse than AI therapy, which is like, that's like a whole other can of worms. Good morning, Great Ninja 321. The Melody teacher from Spronkets. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes there's a waiting list, and sometimes they're too religious and they think you're crazy, and they're just like, you just need to go to church, little kitty. You just need to go to church and you'll be all fine. And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. Fake sickness, get medicine, enjoy your afternoon. Kidding. Manning, little kid. I've been having Wi-Fi issues as well, so I won't be surprised if the stream goes down. They call it disorder, you're just wired differently. I'm not neurodivergent. Nothing wrong with being like that. It's your defense mechanism working as intended. Now you just need to find a way to wind it down. Exisip, you're crazy. You're crazy, brother. You're crazy, brother. This is some epic level gaslighting. It's all in your head. You're not really sick. It's not a real disorder. You're just pretending to be crazy because I don't know. Make it make sense. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it's not my job to fix it. It is my job to fix it. That's true. It is my job to fix it. Yeah. 3K for a waiting room. I tell them to F off. I can't pay this. You have to. I can't pay it. Fuck. Move on. Yeah. Negotiation fee. Most ERs will perform surgery with no need for payment. Yeah, it sucks, but that's not where to get you. So the ER, like a lot of hospitals hire out for a lot of things. So you get the bills for the hospital, but then you get separate billing for blood work, separate billing for medicines, separate billing for imaging, separate billing for every physician or specialist that saw you separately. I feel like, yeah, that's usually how it goes. Anyway. Using AI to give you therapy is a good way to give yourself psychosis. I don't know, I haven't tried. You can go to a free clinic and walk out without paying. Nice. Don't know. I don't know. Probably. Meow, meow, meow. Meowing Izuku Meowderia, how are you, kitty? I think everyone is crazy in some way. Some are just more adept at hiding it. I wish that were true, but I really suspect that's not true. Except you might be right, but I really suspect that's not true. I think childhood trauma and genetics will really do it to you. It doesn't have to be childhood trauma, but especially. I think childhood trauma and genetics probably, this is unscientific, but I wouldn't be surprised if that made up a real fat percentage of explaining most mental health issues. AI is a fancy word. They're all language learning models, copying and pasting off preferred ideas. Do not go to AI for anything. If you defend AI, please choose to love near one the data centers for years to experience how they run. Choose to live. Oh, therapy is not a scam. People use it to scam like anything else. Yeah, I agree. Yamane Kosamaka meowing. You said some good words. I believe your words. It's true. It's AI this, AI that, and and it's kind of lazy talking on my part. It's lazy talking on my behalf because we're only talking about one type that's barely even AI, and it's more like what machine learning, language learning models. But nonetheless, you know what I'm talking about. And I've given up guessing what's going on with AI. Is it a bubble? Is it not a bubble? Does Sam Altman have the answer for AGI? Do some kids over in China have the answer to AGI? Does no one have it? Definitely Microsoft doesn't have it. And I wonder, like, how many of these guys running these big fancy companies worth so much money are hyping and helping hype AI up and up and up and up and up so that they could do insider trading, and then, they'll do a rug pull. They're gonna do the most epic rug pull of all time. It's a heist. And you know what? I don't even think it'll end up going down in history because, let's be real, in history, do the elites who like fuck everybody over, do they ever really get the full uh the full expose? I feel like there will be a way to doctor the history and like dress it up, and it'll be treated as a footnote. It'll be treated as a footnote, like an asterisk. Oh, by the way, this happened. 100% a bubble. Good morning, Liz Anime 25. Good morning. You don't have to think of yourself as lesser because you got BPD. You're still just as human. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Hospitals can break your bones if you don't pay. Therapists can't make you crazy again once they fixed you already. I don't know. Buy this thing I do not have stock in, I promise. I've started to hate AI as I watch it ruin one thing after another, like them driving a PC hardware by buy a stupid amount of parts and data centers that haven't even yet been built. That's why I think Z Graves, I think there's a long play that's happening that I don't understand. I think there's a long play going on where it's like nothing is real and everything is imaginary. but it's not that vague. It's more specific, maybe more stupid. Also, I'm kind of glad that I don't think I live near a data center, knock on wood. Don't want to live near a data center. I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not like Joe Rogan. Rip RAM price is going up. It's, I don't know. I think it's by design. But anyway. Please stop arguing in my chat. Don't argue. Let's see. I'm in a meeting. Thank you, Max. Thank you. Thank you for the art, the AI art. I never thought I would say it, but it's true. I like it. Good morning, random passerby. How are you? Anyway, I already do have turbo cancer, so maybe I do live by a data center. I just didn't know it until now. I'm here for the arguments. Well, sad news for you is they're over because it's time to start the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to all the kitty cats in the world. Thank you. You're watching Love Talk with Mrs. Moonson. This is a daily talk show where a kitten who's smitten chats about love, life, and anime in no particular order. Why is she talking like this? I don't know. Anyway, it's Waifu Wednesday, the day I'm always waiting for. Because as much as I hate my life, as much as I hate enshittification and AI, and, the erosion of privacy and liberty in the West, I love anime girls, man. I just love anime women so much. They make life feel like it's worth living. Good morning, Kitty No Finch. Thank you for the lurk. Anyway, so I will share an anime with you, and then I'll try to think of a question of the day on the fly because I didn't prepare one, and then we'll do the waifu wars just like you came here for. Because what's better than women and guns? I don't know. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of guns. I'm just saying words. Good morning, Crafty Quebec Game. Thank you for missing me. I appreciate you. That's sweet. Data centers are cancer, providing nothing really beneficial to the local community. But Suck says, isn't it perplexing? Haha, see what I did there? That I feel like that's the big secret, boys. The big secret is the rich, the wealthy, and the powerful. The rich and the wealthy can be the same thing, but maybe not. I feel like rich, when I say rich, I'm talking about dollars, and when I say wealth, I'm talking about assets. And then powerful, that group of people, they're like above the law. They're above the rules. They don't have to do things because people say they want them or don't want them. Like I think the facade of democracy is starting to crumble a little bit. I think there definitely was a period in American history specifically where we did have something like a, true democracy, like a like government for the people by the people kind of thing. But I think I don't know. I haven't been paying attention long enough to really understand it, but yeah, I think our rights have been purchased away. No matter how much we say we don't want AI, they just keep shoving it down our throat more and more and more. No matter how much we say we don't want these damn data centers, they just keep doing it more and more and more. No matter how much we say we don't want to be surveilled online, we don't want to give Pornhub our IDs because they're going to have another data leak, and because it's none of the government's business who I'm wanking to. They just push through. They just rape and push through because they don't care about us. It's not about us. If you love anime women so much, why don't you marry one? LDTGX, I might marry one. I might marry one. I might marry, my waifu from Love Live. Here for the schizophrenic rants. Licorice Recoil. I need to finish watching that one. It looked good. Meow, 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 meow. Can't wait to watch the AI bubble pop and burn the entire economy to the ground. Z Graves, I'm really worried about it, but yeah. You do this socialist shit every day. I can tell you about history. You know, Bongai, that's cruel of you to call me a socialist. I'm not even a socialist, man. You know, I have been brainwashed to kind of hate the rich, but it's not because they are rich. Does no one understand me? Does no one get my point? I don't hate the rich or the wealthy for being rich and wealthy. I hate them for thinking that their richness and their wealth means they get to decide for the rest of the world how everybody else gets to live. They think because they have the most monopoly money that they get to decide how everything on the board is going to go, not just in terms of like who owns property, but who does what. I want to go into this more because I've been thinking about this more and more. I've been thinking about why I get so defensive every time a troll comes in here or my mom tells me to get a job. I'm like, why do I get so upset about that, right? And I realize, like, I keep saying I want to be self-employed, and I do believe to some degree it's true. But is it that I want to be self-employed truly and deeply? Or is it that I just don't want to work for anyone else because I don't like it? You know, it doesn't feel good. It feels like a waste of life. It feels like a waste of time. It feels, uncomfortable. I don't like being controlled. There's like a lot of things I don't like about it. But I think that there's, like, someone brought it up that it's something about perception, right? And I realized, like, there's this fear or this shame of being perceived as lazy if you don't want to play by society's rules. And here's again the infuriating part. Just because I'm not kissing the ass of your favorite billionaire, that doesn't mean I'm a socialist. It just means I see the game. I see the game, right? So it's like the rich, the wealthy, and the powerful, they are allowed to not play by the rules. They are allowed to be immoral. They are allowed to be lazy or do what they want, exploit labor, you know, don't ask for permission, get forgiveness later, they're allowed to get welfare from the government in the forms of, monopolies and subsidies and whatever. But the little people, how dare you? How dare you not want to play by the rules that we've set for you? We're the ones in charge. We're the ones with money. You're gonna you stupid little cat girl, you're gonna get inside that Amazon workshop, and even if I'm building AI and robots to make to make your labor completely redundant and replaceable, I'm gonna, yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna find a way to harvest you. They're gonna send me to a farm and they're gonna pump me full of sperm and force me to give birth. I don't want to do it. Commanding, race, impatient. Anyway, for the anime of the day. Nuna is a woman to me. This is the anime I've been watching lately. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's not an anime. It's not an anime. Anyway, sounds like wishful thinking. Izuku, are you telling me that I have a self-breeding kink? She's reading too much romance novels. No, no. Anyway, this is a dating show I've been watching. It's now my Tuesday show. So I watched an episode of it today. I don't have much to say about it other than I didn't watch anime. I was gonna watch Free Ren, but I chose to watch an episode of this instead. So that's that. Yeah. So Nuna is a woman to me. It's a show where like younger men get with older women. And I'm not sure what the age gap situation is yet, but I think it's anywhere from like 2 to 3 years older up to maybe 10 years older. But tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Next week, I think next week is going to be the age reveal. So right now, we don't know anyone's age and they don't know each other's ages. So it's going to be interesting to see which relationships buckle under the pressure, because you might think someone is kind of hot, but then when you find out, you know, uh that the age gap is bigger than you thought, maybe that's like a dose, or what do you call it, a reality check. Anyway, I have seen Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Thank you for recommending it, Crafty Crowbat Games. You're cute. I really like it. It's really, really cute. Still not autistic, but I do like that. That I was gonna call it an anime. I like the K-drama. Hag maxing the show, right? A little bit. Free range breeding. I understand she's not wrong. Just wording is colorful. Uh-oh, what did I do? Don't equate a good household family to a breeding farm? Ah, but I wasn't talking about a family. I was talking about the government forcing me. That's not the same thing. Have you ever seen Amagami? Nope. It's based on a van about a guy who dates a cute girl. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Actually, no. I'm gonna take a screenshot with the terminal on Linux because I know how to do it now. I remember. It's import. I'm never gonna forget this again. Okay, import. I'm gonna call it goonmaxing.png. Oops, I spelled it. I spelled goonmaxing wrong. I'm like, you know when you're touch typing, do you guys touch type? And you're just like a little bit off? I was like a little bit off. So I wrote goonmaken. goonmaken. PNG. Okay, now I have a screenshot. Yes, let's go. This is a sudden Linux tutorial. In Doki Doki Literature Club, they bring up a book about a cult that cuts people's limbs off and does selective. That is insane. That's insane. Age is just a number. Wait. Z Graves, I'll stop using the term. Rich don't control your life. She doesn't want to work, but she wants to reward her work while having autonomy over what she does. Plenty of things wrong with her argument, but they do have some truth. So, okay, let's start at the top. Rich don't control your life. I never said that they control all of my life, but how do I say this? It's like they may not have control of my life success, but they have like bargaining power that someone without riches does not have. So for example, we mentioned like living close to data centers, right? Um, there are times when a community is against development, but it doesn't matter because wealthy interests will trump no amount, like any amount of like local regular citizens say. So and I'm not using this as like what do you call it? Like a fake made up thing. This happened where I live, where yeah, the place where I lived was a lot more rural. And then it's kind of like, yeah, it's like it was like a mix, like suburban but like a little bit rural. Lots of I don't know, I don't want to get too specific. But anyway, it wasn't overly developed, but then money interests came in the picture, and they talked about wanting to build more and more shops, more and more like apartment complexes and stuff like that. And yeah, there was an organization of locals who, like, they got together to try to petition the changes. And in the end, it just didn't matter. In the end, it didn't matter that, literally nobody wants this who lives here, because it's not up to us to decide, because we don't own all the things, right? Yeah. And yeah. So, but you're right that they don't control your life, because for now, if you don't like the change, you can always try to move. But again, if you're not wealthy, you have less choices, right? So if you can always there's always a way. There's always a way. I'm just saying that moving isn't necessarily cheap or even affordable. And then, if you are working in person, um you got to keep that in mind also when you move. Like, I think if people had more like savings and mobility, the ability to get up and leave, then in a way, the quote unquote rich would have less power. um but yeah, I'm not saying that they control every aspect of your life, but I'm saying that, yeah, when YouTube decides to, make a UI change that I disagree with, right? Even if I get 100,000 or 1,000,000 people to say like, "Oh, this UI change was terrible," we don't matter because we don't own the thing, right? The company or the people that work there own the thing. And then she doesn't want to work, but she wants the rewards of work while having autonomy over what she does. I didn't ever say that I don't want to work. I said I don't want to work for someone else, but I will admit that I resent the part of me that's so brainwashed to think that it would be like, I feel uncomfortable leaving this comment unaddressed because there's this shame and fear around the perception, like the of being perceived as lazy. So I feel like I have to comment and call this out specifically and say, I'm not saying I don't want to work, because I feel like, so there's a part of it where it's like, I feel like this is some sort of like weird social pressure thing. Whereas, like, if someone is an heiress and they inherit a trust just from the circumstances of their birth, no one is going to look at that person and say, "Oh, she just doesn't want to work," right? They're just like, "Okay, she's wealthy, she could do whatever she wants," right? So because of my station in life, right? Because of my station in life, it's bad for me to want to have, I mean, you see the rewards of work. That's the other thing that I'm arguing against, right? So, is it a reward of work to be born as an heiress? I think that's a reward of luck. That's a reward of birth. And it might have been the reward of some ancient, someone in your ancestors' work, but it might not have been at the same time, because there's like, royalty, and there's like, whatever. Like, you don't know. There's different ways of accumulating wealth. Maybe your grandfather was just really fucking lucky and happened to build land on top of, like, I don't know, a coal mine or something, or like a gold mine, and then he just got really wealthy because of circumstance. But again, it's like this brainwashing, gaslighting of like, you gotta want to work, you gotta want to work, otherwise you're a piece of shit and you don't deserve anything. And then it's like, that might be the present age, that might be where we are now. But it's not a default. It's not a default setting from the start of life, right? It's not a default setting from, like, the world began and you had to have a 9 to 5, right? It's like a relatively recent phenomenon anyway. Man, I don't feel like streaming anymore. Fuck this shit. I'm done.